Alright dudes, in case you were wondering, yes, this is me playing Call of Duty Black Ops. First of all, let's have a return to true form here and say, my name is Hutch, and I make Call of Duty videos and put them on the internet. So, as part of a press event, we at Machinima were invited to come and play the multiplayer for Call of Duty Black Ops at an event in downtown LA tonight. And so, I got hands-on with the game for about 2 hours. And I'm going to leave all the specifics of the game with regards to different game modes, things like that, things that you could easily find on other websites. I'm going to leave that to you guys, and I'm going to talk more about what I think you guys are going to be interested in hearing, which is how the game plays. So as you can see, I'm starting off here with the FAMAS, and my perks are Marathon and Lightweight. Yeah, those are back in the game, but Marathon is it's like a longer version of extreme conditioning from CoD 4, so you don't have unlimited sprint, but you can run for a lot longer. My middle perk, I believe, is Steady Aim, and here you see me using the RC car. And for this particular map, it was really buggy and glitchy. I'm sure they'll fix that before the full game comes out, but as you'll see, I mean, like, this is the first time I used it. It's a 3-kill streak, so you get it after 3 kills. And it's unlimited. You can go for as long as it takes, which, in my opinion, there it's kind of bugging out a little bit there. In my opinion, that's a little bit too much. Like, I think that they should put some kind of a time limit on it, maybe 15 minutes. This is the first time I had ever pulled out this kill streak, and so I really didn't know how to handle it, and I just gave up and I pulled the trigger because I wanted to get back in the game. So you set off the explosion by hitting the right trigger, and you're good to go. So I chose to use the FAMAS for this, which is fully automatic in this game, because I really wanted to get in there and be aggressive and get a handle on the map before I did anything like trying sniping. And it ended up, the entire night I basically avoided sniping because if I don't know a map, I'm not really going to like try and run around with a sniper. And so here you see me pick up a light machine gun. And if you go, and I go back to the FAMAS. But if you guys notice, the guns have recoil again. And the other thing that you should know is that there is no juggernaut and there is no stopping power. All the guns have the same base damage. Well, I don't mean to say that like one submachine gun has the same damage as an assault rifle. What I'm saying is that everybody has the same like base damage for their specific weapon. Nothing's going to change that, so far as I can tell. A lot of you guys were asking about the snipers, and even though I didn't play it, I will tell you that when I was watching other people play, it didn't look too hard for them to get a one-shot kill. I have to break up this video because we can only show 3 minutes at a time, so this is the first video. Stay tuned for the next one. Alright, so continuing on from what I was just talking about a moment ago in part 1, there's a lot more recoil in this game, and the damage is a lot lower. So I was finding that with an assault rifle like the FAMAS, I was getting 3 or 4 hit markers at distance before I dropped a guy, which is a lot like COD 4 and even more so like Call of Duty 2. I couldn't help but think when I was playing this game that the way that the guns handled and the damage that they did played a lot like Call of Duty 2. So if you go back that far, if you guys played that game, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And here I was absolutely clueless and I just get shit on. For this match and for the match that I was playing after this, I actually didn't have any audio in my headphones, and so I was playing with this sort of weird handicap. I ended up doing alright anyways. And then I played another match of a different game type, which I'm going to upload a little bit, some clips from that later on. But that mode, I just really kind of sucked it up. But I'm not really showing this gameplay for you guys to sit here and say, oh my god, you're so pro at this game. It's more just so you guys can see what this game is all about. So I'll go right into questions that, for those of you guys that were following me on Twitter and asking me questions about the game, a lot of you guys are asking about the dive to prone. I don't even know if you see me do it once throughout this entire gameplay here, and that's because I didn't really find it to be that useful. In fact, I think a lot of people are going to be, yeah, here's a little RC car. I think a lot of people are going to be doing that on accident when they try to drop shot. So the way that you dive to prone is if you're sprinting and you just hit the prone button, or I don't know if you hold it or if you just tap it, but you'll dive, and while you're diving you can't shoot at all. It's purely an evasive tactic. And when you do it, the animation takes a minute before you can get out of that animation. So It's basically just to kind of get around corners if you're getting shot at, but it's not an offensive maneuver whatsoever. A lot of you guys were asking about the nade damage in the game. I don't know if you guys see me chuck any nades, I can't remember, but the nade damage is pretty much identical to that of Call of Duty World at War and Modern Warfare 2, which is, it's not like a return to Zeus grenades from Call of Duty 4. And as far as like all your equipment goes, they broke it up into three different areas. You have lethal, which is like your grenades. You had Semtex regular grenade, and I think a tomahawk instead of a throwing knife. Second one was tactical, so that had things like, yeah, tactical insertions back in the game, which I'm not a fan of at all, but what are you going to do? And then other sort of, those are more defensive tactics than anything else. And then your third one was a piece of equipment, and that's the things like the mobile camera, motion sensors, radar jammers, things like that. This one's about to wrap up, so stay tuned for part 3. What's going on, dudes? This is part 3, and this is the last part of, I only got to record one game of Team Deathmatch and one game of, it's called like a wager match, and it's something called the gun game, but you guys will see that in a minute. So overall, I just want to tell you guys my initial response to this game. We didn't play enough of it to, a lot of you guys are asking questions with regards to balance issues. Are the kill streaks balanced, or the weapons balanced, or the perks balanced, things like that. And my answer is that we just didn't have enough time to really gather all that information. Here we go with the buggy RC car again. Like I said before, this thing's a little out of control. I kind of wish that they would ramp it down a little bit and add a time limit. But oh well. But from what I can tell you right now, I do like the fact that it feels like it takes skill to kill people in this game. Like I was in kind of Modern Warfare 2 mode a little bit for like the first game that I played. And here's me just failing hard, and this guy's failing even harder. Gaming press suck, by the way, and it was actually a lot of fun playing because for the most part the people that we were playing with were people from other magazines and things like that, or other websites, and for the most part they are not very good at this game, and so that was fun. Oh, secondaries, just so you guys know, shotguns are now primaries. Shotguns, you know, what I did play of them were really almost useless. Like it felt like I was getting hit markers when dudes were like 6 feet away, so you don't need to worry about shotguns being like insanely overpowered like they were in Modern Warfare 2, as far as I can tell right now. Of course, when this game comes out in 3 months and people are still watching this commentary, you know, all of a sudden we could find 10 different exploits in the game. And I could be completely wrong about these things, but from what I did play, I am very much looking forward to grabbing this game. Like it honestly did feel like it was going back to like Call of Duty 2 a little bit. I got to play real quick before this wraps up. I got a chopper gunner later on because we can only capture for like 20 minutes. And so a later match I got a chopper gunner, and it was intense. Like instead of going to like this like infrared mode, you ended up 14 and 6. Not bad, you know. You ended up going into like a full-on like top-down view, and you were manning a chain gun, like in the Spec Ops missions. I don't know if you remember, but it's exactly like that. But you're like on a chain gun and a helicopter, and it moved a lot slower, so it felt more balanced than the chopper gunner in Modern Warfare 2. There's just too much to talk about. I couldn't fit it in all these videos. I'm gonna upload a little bit more here in a minute.